OpenGov is very excited to be working with the City of Santa Fe, and of course, on a personal note, I am very proud of the efforts the city is taking to share data, financial and non-financial and otherwise, with the citizens and council members and elected officials. So with that, I'm going to start the demonstration. For anyone to access Santa Fe's OpenGov platform, they can do so just from the city website. So here I'm on Santa Fe's city homepage, and there are one of two ways from here that we can get to OpenGov. We could either go by the Hot Topics drop-down menu, or we can scroll down to the Transparency button. And from here, we'll be able to find the OpenGov landing page here. On this landing page, you'll be able to see a little bit of background on the Santa Fe OpenGov initiative, and there are a couple of buttons to link out to the actual platform, as well as some specific questions that can link you to answers to those questions. I'm going to click on the exciting yellow button. And this is where we will be first brought to when we come to Santa Fe's OpenGov platform. You'll see, as the mayor noted, that we're currently looking at monthly data, or the monthly report, and we've already uploaded July's expenses for this current fiscal year, compared to a prorated budget. For the sake of today's demonstration, we'll be looking specifically at the yearly view, or the annual report. And I want to start off by just doing kind of a little orientation on how to navigate the site and kind of delve into some of those details so everyone feels comfortable going here when they do. So when you first come here, probably the buttons that will be most helpful to you are going to be on the left-hand side. You'll see that we have these views, or what we call saved views. And these are views that were created with the City of Santa Fe to kind of answer maybe a lot of commonly asked or frequently asked questions that citizens and anyone can easily access. The other side of this panel is the filters panel, and this is really how you control what you're viewing in the graph. So currently we're looking at expenses broken down by departments across multiple years. You also have access to city documents, so we have uploaded the budget glossary for the city's org chart, as well as the proposed fiscal year 16-17 operating budget. Here, of course, you have the interactive graph, and I also want to stress that, or specifically make the point that the OpenGov platform for the City of Santa Fe is based entirely on the city's financial data and chart of accounts. We are merely reflecting it and showing it and viewing it in a way that is interactive and user-friendly. So for instance, I could choose to click on the graph itself or on the legend on the right-hand side to sort of get to the next level of information, which the graph would then change and provide me with this view. Everything that you see in the chart is also available in table form, if you prefer tables, down below, where you'll have spending year over year and totals at the bottom. Finally, I want to point out a couple more buttons on the right-hand side. We could always choose to view the graph in a different form, so perhaps you would like a line graph, a pie chart, or a bar graph. Again, I can click on the legend itself to kind of get to the next level or drill down into the next level of information. And here we would see library divisions, spending over years. This share button in the upper right-hand corner allows you to share whatever view you're looking at that moment, that unique URL link, via Facebook, social media, email, and anyone would also have the ability to download the image or the table or the CSV file. This help button is very helpful. It would allow you to kind of get a quick how-to orientation or tutorial on using OpenGov. You can also get an introduction on multi-fund accounting if you are not super used to accounting, which I wasn't a year ago. And then, of course, you can always contact the City of Santa Fe via the OpenGov portal. So if I was looking at this specific view, I could choose to contact the City of Santa Fe, fill out my contact information, and then finally write a message that would go to Santa Fe City employees. I want to take a second now to go back to our saved views. So again, as I said a little earlier, these views are going to allow you to get the graph or the visual answer to the question that is posed in the view. So this first one, where does the money go? When we click on it, we are brought to a pie chart that shows us expenses broken down by department for last fiscal year. If we click on the next one, where does the money come from? We are looking at city revenues broken down by fund. And if you're ever trying to understand what you're looking at, you can always pop over to the filters side, and this is where we'd be able to see we are indeed looking at revenues by fund. I also want to highlight what is the proposed fiscal year 2016-17 budget, which is showing the budget expenses broken down by department. The filters panel really allows you to explore the city's chart of accounts and kind of tailor the view that you're interested in. So I could, for instance, choose to open up these pop-out filters and deselect any funds or departments that are not of interest to an answer that I'm trying to get at. So say you were looking for something very specific. Maybe you're a local or a citizen, a Santa Fean who's interested in knowing a little bit more about city revenue, specifically as it pertains to the proposed budget, and maybe you'd like to better understand how the city revenue that is generated by local taxes breaks down. I'm going to flip over from expenses to revenues, and instead of looking at the data by department, I'm going to choose to look at it by revenue type. From here, we see proposed 16-17 budget showing revenue broken down by revenue type, and I'm going to click directly on taxes and fees in the graph to now see that revenue type, and we can see specifically gross receipts tax if that's something that's of particular interest to me. If I, as a citizen, decided that this would actually be a really helpful saved view to me, I could always click the help button, contact Santa Fe, and say, I would think this would be a really helpful saved view to have on the city's annual report. And the URL link is attached to the message that you send. So the city of Santa Fe would know exactly what you're talking about when you send that in. There are definitely more saved views that we can go through, but for the sake of time, I'm going to end the demonstration here and open it up to questions.